Digital technology is essential in any dental practice today. And today we're speaking with David Arnett, co-founder and president of DentiMax, about the role of digital imaging and their DentoMax Dream Sensor. David, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Rich. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Well, let's just start with the beginning. What led you and the DentiMax company to get into digital sensors?
Well, excellent question. About 16 years ago, we came out with our practice management software. And so we were just an upstart, brand new company at the time. And it seemed like everybody I personally talked to was interested in digital sensors. It was like this big buzz in the industry. It was just this big thing rolling through the industry. And so I took a look to see what was out there. And I found these big, bulky sensors that didn't take great images that were extremely expensive. And I knew we could do better than that. And so we came out with our DentoMax Dream Sensor that is superior technology at a better price point.
Okay, and when you were in those early R&D days, what were some of the specific qualities that you were looking for to make the Dream Sensor a cut above what else was on the market?
Yeah, well, one of the things is, and I have my sensor right here, I can show it to you. It's just a lot of the sensors, and still to this day, they're very thick, like literally many bricks. And thickness is important when it comes to sensors. And so we've always focused on the thickness of the sensor. And then, of course, our sensor has the rounded bevel corners for patient comfort. When you're trying to get back to that third molar, that wisdom tooth, you know, it is a big deal, that thinness and the rounded corners. And then the other thing that we really have focused on would be the image quality. You know, image is king, almost everything. When it comes to dental office, you've got to be able to diagnose those caries and the different things going on. And so our image quality is second to none. We're as good, if not better, than anything on the market with our image quality.
Okay, so two real key points there, the comfort and the image quality. Talking about comfort, I know that when I go to a dentist, the thing I hate most is that x-ray and getting it back in there. And so what was that process like? Did you work with dentists? Did you work with patients? How did you achieve that comfort level?
Yeah, we worked a lot with different, with our customers, not only on the comfort level, but on just making sure our sensor was robust and would last a long time. And so we worked very closely with offices on both the comfort and just the durability of our sensor. You know, I reminded as you're talking, we've done several clinical reviews over the years. And I remember we were in an office doing a clinical review, and the dental assistant had used 1 million different sensors. As soon as we put our sensor in her mouth, she says, "It's way thinner than the other guys." And so, you know, just that kind of feedback is so wonderful. You do all this work, you know, to make your sensor better, but just the raw feedback over the years we've gotten from our own customers and reviews we've done has helped shape how we created our sensor.
Okay, you also mentioned image quality. Can you tell us a little bit about the kinds of images that the sensor produces?
Yeah, another good question. You know, that is the big important thing with any sensor is that image quality. You know, you can have the thinnest sensor on the market, rounded corners and all those wonderful things, but if the image quality isn't there, then, you know, you don't have much. So, so one of the things we've done with our sensor is just, we have focused on the insides of it. Our scintillator is very unique, and the guts of the sensor are unique to our sensor. And so that works in tandem with our software, with the settings that we have in our software to render that image for you. And our image, a high-end sensor will produce a high-end image. When you say a high-end image, when you zoom into it, if it gets pixelated, you know, maybe I'm showing my age if I use this example, but back in the day when I was using my Atari, you know, those pixelated little video games that we all had, you'll see those pixels. And with our image, you can zoom into it pretty far before you get any of that pixelization. And so between the guts of our sensor, our specialized scintillator, and our software, we're able to produce that quality of image.
And you also mentioned durability. Could you tell us a little bit about how you made the design so rugged and why it could withstand multiple uses?
Yeah, excellent question there too. We've been around for a lot of years, and so initially, we had to learn like everybody else. And I have another story that comes to mind. We had an office in Texas that saw a lot of patients. They were a Medicaid office that was just slammed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear they could break everything, and they did.
Uh-huh.
And so we just went back and forth with that office in improving our sensor. The weak spot on any sensor is the cord. It's just the nature of the beast. These things get moved backwards, up and down, day after day, year after year. And over time, these can be pulled out of the housing. And so working with this office, we introduced a new material, Kevlar, into our sensor. So this cord is Kevlar reinforced
Mm-hmm.
going into the housing. And finally, we got the sensor to the point where they couldn't break it anymore. And so working closely with that office. If the sensor does break, though, it is a sensor, very rare that it happens, our cord is repairable, which is kind of a neat thing. So.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about that company support then? If something does go wrong with the sensor, like you said, the cord is repairable, what's that process like?
Yes, well, we give our sensors a 3-year manufacturer warranty.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not at the very top, it's towards the very top for our industry. And so if you have any manufacturer defect over that 36-month period, we'll replace it free of charge. Just send us back the sensor. We'll send you a loaner sensor during that period. We don't want your office to ever be down.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll send out a loaner sensor for free that you can use while we check it out with our factory. We also do something unique. We give you a 5-year protection plan. Equipment being equipment. If you're like me, sometimes I do dumb things with equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's say you run over that sensor with your chair. It's your fault, clearly. It's not a manufacturer defect.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we'll also replace your sensor, send out a loaner to you, but we'll replace it at a greatly reduced cost, even if it's your fault. But I find that loaner thing really key. You're never down.
Okay. And also, as far as this support goes, many dentists still have to make that transition from analog to digital. Is there any kind of training or instruction provided as well?
Yeah. I mean, that's something we really pride ourselves in. In fact, even before you buy our sensor,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people take advantage of our trial program. We call it the Try Before You Buy program. It's something that we pioneered. And so we'll send out a sensor to your practice,
Mm-hmm.
free of charge, and we'll spend some time before you even buy it to dial in those perfect images, to make the sensor image a little darker, a little lighter, a little crisper, or smooth it out. Everybody has different unique preferences, what the perfect image looks like. But we'll send that out to you beforehand and spend the time with your staff. It's pretty easy. I mean, the software is very intuitive using our software. Chances are, though, you're going to be using your own software with our open sensor. And so, it's really super easy to pick up when even your software is the same that you've been used to.
Okay, so in addition to being compatible with Dentomax's own software, the Dream sensor is compatible with other practice management and imaging software packages too?
Yes, and that might be at least the biggest point I think I'll make is that we have an open sensor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot of work to do that. And so some of our competitors out there, they intentionally have closed their system. Some of them are unintentionally closed. But we have purposely made our sensor open. Mm-hmm. And so that means that it's plug and play. It's the term that they'll use. You plug it into your computer. It's going to work natively in your system. It's going to work just like the sensor that your staff is used to. And so you don't have to train anybody new. That's the big fairest change, right? Any practice using our sensor. Keep your software, keep your systems. You don't have to train your staff. It's just a different sensor.
Okay, and as far as the software itself goes, software is always updating. Can you tell us about any potential software updates and how DentiMax handles those?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we have actually 3 different software programs. We have our basic version, our advanced version, and we have our cloud version. The cloud version of the software is being updated all the time. So if you go to the cloud, that's the beauty of the cloud. Anytime we have a new enhancement, a new upgrade to it, that's free of charge. It's going to come with your software that you're already paying for. It just happens automatically. With the regular stuff, we do come out with upgrades every couple of years. There's a nominal charge for that. Usually it's pretty intuitive, and we will train you on how to use those new features if you have the regular version.
Okay. And is there anything else you want doctors to know about the software or about the Dream sensor?
Yeah, try us out. You know, our image is second to none. We're as good, if not better than anything else on the market. Our price is awesome. We're probably a lot lower than the sensor we're using now. And then I think the real special thing would be our staff, you know, our company culture. We really care. You're going to know that before you even buy it, as you try our sensor out, you're going to have somebody who really cares, who's knowledgeable, and that knowledgeable thing too. We've been doing this for a lot of years, and not only does our staff care, we know what we're doing, and so we're going to be there for you. You know, any amount of change can be a little scary, especially when you're involving your employees. Just call us, and we probably won't even have a hold time. We're easy to get a hold of with our knowledgeable staff.
Okay, and one more thing then. Where can dentists go for more information about the sensor and your other technologies?
Well, give us a call. So you can call us at 800-704-8494 or go to our website, DentiMax.com.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing all that information about DentoMax and about your products, and we look forward to hearing from you soon again.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate the opportunity.
Have a great day.
You too.